Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now. Let's dive into what could be one of the most seismic moves we've seen in the AFC North in recent memory. Rumors swirling that Myles Garrett, the dominant edge rusher from the Cleveland Browns, might be heading to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes, you heard that right. It's not just idle chatter. League sources close to the situation are whispering that Cleveland, currently in a full rebuild mode after a disastrous 3-10 record in 2025, is considering shipping Garrett to their division rivals in Pittsburgh. And it's not just a straight-up trade for some mid-round picks. It's a blockbuster deal that could reshape the entire landscape of the AFC North. From what we're hearing, the Browns are eyeing a package that includes a first-round pick in the 2026 draft and a second-rounder in 2027. Why would Cleveland do such a thing? Well, after a season of chaos and underperformance, they're prioritizing cap space and future assets over keeping Garrett, who's undoubtedly one of the most disruptive forces in the league when healthy. Cleveland's management knows they need to rebuild their offensive line and find a long-term solution at quarterback, especially after a rough year with Deshaun Watson's struggles. Garrett, a player who has been a one-man wrecking crew since he entered the league in 2017, could be the missing piece for a Steelers defense that's already been solid, but could use that extra edge, literally, to elevate into elite territory. Let's talk about Garrett's impact. Since entering the league, he's accumulated an astonishing 108, 5 sacks, making him one of the most feared pass rushers in recent history. In 2025 alone, Garrett racked up 20 sacks, leading the NFL. That's the kind of production that makes quarterbacks nervous and offensive coordinators lose sleep. His ability to collapse pockets, force fumbles, and disrupt plays is second to none. His stats include 39 solo tackles, 14 assisted tackles, and a total of 53 combined stops, along with 136 yards gained through sacks. Not to mention, he forced 3 fumbles and earned an overall PFF grade of 92.4, which is among the best in the league. His EPA per rush of -0.25 and a pressure rate of 22% showcase how consistently he gets after the quarterback. Garrett's presence on the field is a game changer, and having him paired with T.J. Watt in Pittsburgh could turn the pass rush into one of the most fearsome duos in the NFL. Now, the Steelers are no strangers to making bold moves, especially when it comes to bolstering their defense. Currently sitting at 7-6, they're fighting tooth and nail for a playoff spot, but their defense has been a bit leaky, allowing nearly 24 points per game and struggling on third down conversions. Adding a talent like Garrett could be the catalyst they need to take that next step and make a real Super Bowl push. Picture this: Garrett and Watt teaming up as a twin terror on the edge, combining for over 15 sacks in a season, disrupting the opposing offense at every turn. Their pressures would skyrocket, and quarterbacks would be forced into uncomfortable throws. Turnovers would become more frequent. Garrett's knack for creating turnovers is well documented, with him averaging more than 10 forced turnovers per season. That kind of production could be the X factor that elevates the Steelers' defense into elite status, similar to how Von Miller's addition to the Rams in 2022 helped push them all the way to the Super Bowl. And let's not forget the ripple effect. The Browns, with only about $15 million in cap space remaining, are desperately needing to upgrade their offensive line and find stability at quarterback. They're at a crossroads, and trading Garrett could be a strategic move to set their sights on future assets and cap relief. Cleveland's defense, while talented, has allowed an average of 4.2 yards per carry this season, and their inability to generate consistent pressure has hurt them. Meanwhile, the Steelers, known for their stout run defense, allowing just 3.5 yards per carry, could see Garrett bolster their pass rush and help contain the run game even better. If this trade materializes, it could be a game-changer not only for the Steelers but for the entire AFC North. The division has been tightly contested for years, with the Ravens, Bengals, and Browns all vying for supremacy, but with Garrett in the fold, Pittsburgh's odds of winning the division and making a deep playoff run skyrocket. Look at the Super Bowl odds for the Steelers. They currently sit at plus 2,000, but with Garrett, those odds could jump to plus 800 practically overnight. This isn't just about adding another player. It's about changing the narrative. It's about giving Pittsburgh a legitimate shot at finally conquering the AFC and making another run at the Lombardi Trophy. Imagine a scenario where Garrett's relentless pressure, combined with Watt's speed and power, creates a nightmare for offenses. They would be forcing more turnovers, getting more sacks, and setting up the offense in great field position. Their combined impact could reduce opponents' points per game from around 24 to closer to 18, and their presence could boost EPA per pass rush by 20%, making the Steelers' defense one of the most feared in the league. This kind of upgrade would energize the entire team and fan base, reigniting hopes for a deep postseason push. It would also send a clear message across the league. Pittsburgh is back in the game, ready to contend for championships, and they're willing to make bold moves to get there. Of course, all of this hinges on whether Cleveland pulls the trigger and whether Pittsburgh's front office is willing to make that bold move. But the potential is undeniable. Garrett's arrival would turn the Steelers into a true dynasty contender, establishing them as a powerhouse in the AFC North for years to come. Fans are dreaming of the day they wake up to the news that Myles Garrett is wearing black and gold, turning the Steelers' defense into an unstoppable force. That's the kind of move that could define a season and set the stage for a Steelers resurgence that fans haven't seen since the days of the Steel Curtain. So buckle up, Steelers Nation. This rumor is gaining momentum, and if it comes true, it could be one of the most transformative trades in recent NFL history. The AFC North will never be the same, and Pittsburgh's path to another Super Bowl might just get a whole lot clearer. We've seen teams make bold moves before, but this one has the potential to change everything. Keep your fingers crossed, stay tuned, and let's see how this story unfolds in the coming weeks. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster move? Do you think Garrett would be the perfect piece to help Pittsburgh finally get over the hump and contend for another Super Bowl? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers, and we love hearing your takes on all this. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news. The offseason is heating up, and if this deal goes through, it could be the start of something truly special for Steelers Nation. Let's keep the hope alive, stay passionate, and get ready for what could be a historic chapter in Steelers football.